Dr. Dion Napier with Amplify Vocal Studio. I want to talk about mixed belt. All right, today is Mixed Belt Explained. So come on in. Last time I went live on Instagram, I couldn't see people. Okay, good. I can't see people this time. Welcome, you guys. Come on in. We're talking about mixed belt. What the heck is mixed belt? I know y'all see all this language online. You're probably listening to different coaches, and it's like, okay, I can kind of understand it, but I'm still kind of confused, and I definitely can't execute it yet. So I want to talk about that and give you 2 exercises you can do to try to work on your mixed belt coordinations. So to those of you all who are new to my channel, I'm Dion Napier. I am a voice coach, a contemporary style voice coach, specifically to professional level opera singers and bel canto voice teachers. Those of you who trained extensively in an academic setting, learning how to sing classical art song and opera arias, and now you wanted to expand your skill set and learn how to sing and teach contemporary music styles. I'm your girl, okay? Y'all are the ones that I'm out here for. So a lot of times when we're talking about mixing or belting, classical singers, because you are used to this high pressure kind of produced sound in classical, having to sing over the orchestra and all of that, right? So when you go to belt, you're used to kind of making this robust sound, but the thing is, you can only drag chest or make that robust sound up to a certain level. Usually for my female singers, sopranos, usually it's about A4, B flat 4, it starts to get a little thin and a little shouty, and it's like, what in the world do I do next? And usually y'all flipping over into that classical head voice, and you don't like that, but you don't know what in the world else to do. This is where mixed belt comes in. So the way I describe mixed belt, it's a mixed voice that sounds belty. Okay, belting is not exclusively dragging chest voice up. In order to belt sustainably, you have to have some mixed quality in there. Now, when I say mix, I am specifically talking about a blend of pharyngeal resonance with your chest voice register. That's what I'm talking about. Adding that whiny crybaby sound into the blend, okay? Whether you're in your chest or in your head. So when you hear me say adding mix into the sound, my hair is all over the place. Sorry, y'all. When you hear me say adding mix into the sound, I'm talking about pharyngeal resonance, okay? Now, there are several ways that you can get a beltier sound without dragging weight up. I want to highlight and emphasize 2 ways for you classical singers. The first way is using broad open vowels. The second way is resonance blend plus compression, air compression. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So first thing, classical singers, opera singers, I want to free your mind and free your voice and give you permission to make wide vowel shapes, broad vowel shapes like ah. Okay, we don't do that in opera, but in contemporary, honey, you got the freedom, and you're gonna need to do that because that is part of the strategy. The vocal tract shaping is part of the way that you can add power to your voice and make it sound beltier without you dragging weight up in the voice. What's up, Corey? I see you on there, Carolyn. I see the real somebody. I'm sorry, I probably said your name wrong, but thank you guys for being here live with me. Nicola, Greg, welcome. Okay, so these are the 2 ways I want to talk about, these broad vowels. So the way that I like to help my singers lighten up their belt, my opera singers that are used to singing robustly and belting with straining, essentially, how do we lighten it up? You can lighten it up starting out with a vocal fry into broad vowels. Okay, so I'm going to start on G4, okay, because this is like typically your belt region, regardless of voice type. So on G4, I'm going to start with a closed vowel, then more of a neutral, kind of soft open vowel, and then a broad vowel. So it's going to go like this. Got it? And you can try this with me. explain what's happening here. I'm using vocal fry so that the inner edges of my vocal cords are connecting, okay? And I'm not pulling weight up. That's why you want to keep the fry in there. Don't be afraid of vocal fry, classical singers. Don't be scared of that. Vocal fry is the natural, God-given, primal sound that all human beings have. It's the way you wake up in the morning where your voice is kind of gravelly, right? Kind of, I don't want to say scratchy, but it's this gravelly kind of texture that we have just naturally. Don't be afraid of that. We're going to utilize that to get to our vocal goals, okay? To get this mixed belt without straining. So again, go up. This is A4, ladies. Now, I want to demonstrate the difference, guys, because that is A4. What I'm not doing is yelling that. So I'm not doing E, A, that is one way you can sing it. That is one way. The way that I'm doing it is incorporating more mix into the sound. And the reason I'm doing that is because once I get in that bridge, I'm already in the bridge, but once I get to B flat B, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to do that on up the scale. I'm going to flip into a head voice. So what I'm doing is adding mix sooner. Catch this. I'm adding mix sooner so that when I get beyond the bridge, it sounds smooth, connected, and even, and I don't flip. I just gave y'all a major key right there. I hope y'all catching it. If you can see me on Instagram, give me some hearts or something. I see that people are here, but I'm not seeing, I don't know, last time there was an issue with me seeing y'all's comments and stuff. Okay, great. All right, somebody gave me hearts. Thank you. Just want to know y'all live and in living color with me. So feel free to drop your questions. I'm going to go through a couple of things, but drop your questions if things are coming up for you. Okay, so that's A4. Let's keep going. Notice the vocal tract shape. Here's B. Now that's B4. For ladies, that's our bridge. That's where we absolutely cracking or flipping into head voice. But notice that I'm not doing that, and I'm also not straining. I'm not doing That is an option. But as you can hear, I'm not able to take that up too much higher without cracking. The chords have to thin out as you go higher, okay? So I would recommend that you start incorporating that mix sooner, okay? So, here we go again, C5. And then you're over the bridge, okay? If y'all tried that with me, let me know what kind of results y'all got. I hope that made sense. Let me get a drink of water. You can drop questions if you want to before I go to the next strategy to help with mixed belt. Let me know if that made sense. If you tried it, did it work for you? Did you crack? Did you not crack? Let me know. It's going to be important that you learn how to do those coordinations. Because many of my singers, my classically trained singers trying to first transition out of opera, usually what y'all are wanting to sing and what your students are wanting to sing is musical theater stuff, okay? And so you have to have those mixed belt coordinations to sing musical theater without sounding classical and without yelling and screaming, okay? Because that's not sustainable. So you have to have these coordinations and these skills. Okay, I don't see any questions. I guess everybody's cool. So let's keep going. So that was the first strategy, okay, using those broad open vowels. The second strategy is resonance blending plus compression. So what I mean is that we're adding that whiny pharyngeal resonance into our chest voice notes as well as our head voice tones. Okay, so we're not yelling and we're not flipping, but we're adding the pharyngeal crybaby into the tone, and that's what makes to the listener it's perceived as beltier. Okay, these are just strategies and tricks and things we do playing around with acoustical properties that help us to produce a power-packed sound without killing our voices. Okay, so resonance blend. So the one mixed belt exercise that I love doing is a go 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 ma 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 ma, and it goes like this: go 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 ma 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 ma. I'll do it again. Go 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 ma 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 ma. Now what's happening here? I'm gonna break down what's going on. I'm using a G consonant, g g g. G is pulling those vocal cords together. It's giving a firmer chord closure, so that comes off as sounding beltier. Okay. Then the second thing I'm doing is using a neutral vowel, right? More speech-like, more pouty, like a pouty baby. Go, 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 ma, ma, ma. What that's doing is picking up chest overtones without me straining in my chest voice. I'm telling y'all all the secrets. I ain't holding nothing back, okay? Because I want y'all to understand this. That's all I'm doing. So I'm using the G, okay? Gut, gut, gut to bring the vocal cord muscles together firmly. And then I'm using to pick up the chest resonance. Somebody said this is the best mix voice something on all of YouTube. God bless you. Well, thank you so much. My goal is to tell y'all the truth and be clear and concise. You know what I mean? This stuff don't have to be complex at all. All right, so that's what I'm doing. So let's keep going. This is C sharp 5. Go, 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 mum, 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 mum. This is D5. Go, 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 mum, 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 mum. Next one up. Go, 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 mum, 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 mum. Y'all, that's all I'm doing. And you just want to work those coordinations, go as high as you can with it. Now be careful, because when you start to get in the head voice, ladies, that G can kind of pull a little too much. So just be aware of what you feel in your body and just bring it back down. But that's the way you work those mixed belt coordinations, okay? Again, mixed belt is a mixed voice that sounds belty. It sounds belty. You're not straining, you're not dragging, you're not doing all of the stuff that makes you tired and fatigued, okay? You're using these little things, these little tips that I just shared with you, dropping the jaw, using a G consonant, using the pharyngeal resonance. You're using all these different acoustical properties to get a power-packed sound without working hard. That's it, y'all. Any questions? Does that make sense? Let me know. Because I'm not staying on here longer than 15 minutes, and we at 13. So I'll wait a couple minutes for y'all to ask questions, drop your comments, drop your takeaways. Let me know. That final exercise was go, 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 ga, 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 and then ma, ma, ma. That ma is bringing in the pharyngeal quality. Okay? And that's what makes that one pop. Let me know if that made sense. I will let you know that now through July the 8th, I have opened my calendar for one-on-one coaching. I typically do not do traditional private one-on-one sessions anymore. The way that you access me is through my group training cohort, Basics of Mix and Belt for classical singers, opera singers, voice teachers. But from now through July 8th, I have opened my calendar, so you can DM me on Instagram. Just DM me the word belt, and we can talk about one-on-one sessions. Now, I exclusively serve, and I have to keep saying this. So those of you all who are my audience, I'm sorry, but I got a lot of folks that's following me that are beginner singers and intermediate. And y'all, I am not the coach for you. I love you and I want you to train your voice, but I am specifically called to singers who come from an academic vocal training background, who are professional opera singers, professional musical theater performers, because a lot of y'all MT singers have had classical training. So I can work with y'all to professional level, and then bel canto voice teachers. Okay, if you don't know what I mean when I say bel canto, I'm probably not the coach for you. Okay, but if you are any of those people and you want some help to get these skills to sing commercial music without sounding operatic, to get a more modern contemporary sound, I want you to DM me Belt and we can see about getting you some one-on-one support. There's a question in the bubble. Let's see. Oh, somebody said, thank you. You are welcome. You are more than welcome. I hope this was helpful. Somebody said, how can we apply this in the words in a song? Can you give an example? Yeah. So the way you would do that, you would go. So I did go, 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 ma, ma, ma. What was the song I had? One of my students is singing Quiet. It's a musical theater song. So I would do the part where she says, show me now you are the man that I want to be with. Right? How would you apply that? So you could go, ma, 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 ma. Right? So do it on a ma. That's normalized, right? So basically what I'm doing is walking y'all through my 3-step mix process, okay? The first step is unlock pharyngeal resonance. The way you do that is use those bright spread vowels. So na, na, na. So step 1 would be na, 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 right? That brassy, abrasive pharyngeal quality. Then you want to normalize that by dropping the jaw, using an more normalized or more speech-like vowel position. That's your na, 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 or ma, 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 or ba, 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 whatever with that UH. So this is the second step. Ma, 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 ma. See that? And then now I'm going to insert the lyrics in the same placement or position as that normalized ma, ma, ma. Mary, I hope you're catching this. Mary Negron, I got your question. So then you go in and insert those words or lyrics in the same position as the ma, ma, ma. Okay, good, Mary. You tracking with me. So then you would do ma, 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 show me now. See, same position. Show me now you are the man that I want to be with. See how I open that vowel? With. And that's a D5. That's that mixed belt region. You're not going to be able to take a full chest dominant belt up to D5. C sharp is about as high. Sometimes some singers can get to D5, but it's going to get real thin and it's not going to be sustainable. So you're going to have to hook into a mixed belt coordination at that D5 for sure. That's why I used that example. Okay, I hope that was clear. That's how you would practically apply it. Unlock your pharyngeal resonance using widespread vowels like wham, nah, crybaby. Then normalize it with an and then plug in your lyrics in that same placement. That's the 3-step process. Okay, sounds like head dominant mix. Yeah, it might, because it's a D. It is. It's a D5. So we're going up toward that head voice. If you wanted it to sound a little beefier, you could drop the jaw a little bit more to get that balance. But this is how my voice is. So when I trained classically, I was a coloratura soprano. There's a lot of pinginess and brightness in my voice. And so even for me, sometimes I have to remember to drop that jaw a little bit more. With, right? That's about what I can get. But I have to consciously remember that to pick up those chest overtones. So that is, so if it sounds like a head dominant mix, yeah, it's because it's a D5. It is getting higher. But I have to remember to drop my jaw to pick up the chest resonance. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Great tips. Thank you, Vocal Connection. Woohoo. All right. Good. Any other questions before I hop off? That's mixed belt. Hey, Hey, Kelvin, good to see you. That's Mixed Belt. If you have questions, if you want to be considered for one-on-one vocal coaching, just DM me on Instagram. DM me the word belt. We can continue the conversation over there and see about getting you some one-on-one support if you need it. You can't really Google this stuff, guys. You know, you can go on YouTube and listen to all these different coaches and try to figure it out. But this mixed belt is really a nuanced skill. You have to know how to train your vocal cords to, it's nuanced, like to trade off those chest voice muscles, slowly trading off and letting the head voice take the dominant, but not flip into head, but keep some of the chest resonance in there. Y'all, you can't Google it. So get a coach. Even if I ain't the one for you, go find somebody to help you do it. Don't waste your time on YouTube trying to figure this stuff out by yourself. You are welcome, Madra. Thank you for being here. So I don't see any more questions or comments, and we are at 20 minutes, so I'm about to scoop. But y'all hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. Thank you for being here. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.